My mum is an entitled mother. So I love my mum, but she's seriously entitled. She's always yelling at service industry workers and just, like, everyone. For example, I was eating breakfast at Dunkin' Donuts and my mum was ordering donuts for her office party. The woman was taking someone else's order, or another woman was getting the donuts that my mum had already ordered. But my mum didn't see, so she started screaming, "Why can't anyone take my order? It's like I'm invisible." And she got the donuts and stormed out after I apologised to the people working there. Another time, I was in the car with her after we had dropped my older sister off at work, and there was a bit of traffic jam at the turn. She told this one lady to move up and told the bus driver that was in front to move, and then just said, "Just fucking move. None of you know how to drive, morons." And then proceeded to walk to the bus driver and scream, "If you don't know how to do your job, then don't do it." She then got back in the car and then rolled down her window and just said, "Some people." And the crossing guard just nodded. All this outside my sister's place of work. She's a teacher. Jesus. Entitled mother furious because she can't see and monitor 18-year-old child's bank account information. Backstory: Mum has unmedicated bipolar daughter, does her best not to explode. Super straightforward story. Daughter got fed up with the constant and blatant control and moved out maybe 2 months ago. Up until then, her mum had insisted her banking account be linked to her mother's for daughter's safety. Those safety concerns were things like going to the gas station and buying sodas, going to eat fast food with friends, buying toys for her pets, and monitoring paycheck deposits. Daughter has been keeping up on bills until this month, as nothing is due until the end of the month, so she's paid in full. Entitled mother is currently on the phone with the bank screaming and cussing because she can't view the 18-year-old daughter's account. Good chance entitled mother wants to withdraw money she is rightfully owed from the daughter's account. It's so hard not to laugh, this is insane. Entitled parents. So what if our son is an abusive piece of shit? He's still family. All names have been changed. My best friend Lena is married to Jay. They have 2 daughters and are a beautiful family. Jay has a cousin, Asshat, who physically and psychologically abused his wife, Kate, for years. She finally left him 2 years ago with a lot of help from Jay and Lena. They encouraged Kate to leave Asshat and stood by her throughout the messy divorce. When most of Jay's family blamed her, she had early confided in a few of them, including Asshat's parents, about the abuse and had shown them the cuts and bruises he gave her, but they just acted like it was no big deal. Some even went as far as to tell her she should have put up with the abuse, to save their marriage. They got mad at Jay when he called the cops on his cousin after witnessing one of his violent outbursts. Jay and Lena have cut Asshat out of their lives and he's not allowed to come to their home or come near their daughters. They've also cut ties with some of their relatives who had sided with Asshat. However, these people just cannot wrap their heads around why Jay and Lena have stopped talking to them. Particularly Asshat's parents, have the nerve to call them cruel for dumping Asshat. Their reasoning is that he's already suffered enough after losing his wife and kids. Asshat's wife got full custody. They keep throwing around the word family as if it excuses their shitty behaviour, and that they and Asshat should be able to see Lena and Jay's kids. They actually act offended when they're reminded of the hell that Kate went through because of them. However, Lena and Jay have stayed very firm about never letting a domestic abuser or his enablers near their kids ever again, and for that I'm fiercely proud of them. You can't have the last copy. So the story starts like this. It's just another bad day. I don't know why I put the bad in there. You can't have the last copy. So the story starts like this. It's just another day, and I go with my dad to pick up an item I bought for my sister as a birthday present. When we get there, we get the item, and while we were walking out the store, it just so happens to be there is a Karen in the way. EP. Hey, my child wanted that item. Oh, I'm sorry, is this the last copy? Yeah, and my child wanted it. Oh, we already ordered it and paid for it too, I'm sorry. Then go buy another one. You look like you're rich enough to do it. Okay, this is for my daughter, and today's her birthday. It would take another week for another copy to probably arrive. I'm sorry, please let us go. At this point we leave. Karen and her demon destroy library. I'm a 14-year-old female. I volunteer at the library. It's not in anyone's job description to shelve the DVDs, so that's what volunteers do. All the crackheads go to the library, especially the DVD section. I have no idea why. I've never seen a wild Karen at my library before. As I'm shelving DVDs, I notice that some of them have been placed outside of the dividers. We have shelves with dividers that are easily moved. Some dividers are pushed to the last slot due to so many movies. Others are just in the middle. A 7-ish crutch goblin is sitting on the floor, popping open DVDs and putting other DVDs in the wrong cases. Our conversation goes like this. Please don't do that. But I want to play. You can't play with those. I grab the DVD out of his hand and he lets out the most terrifying scream of mummy I've ever heard. Karen comes rushing over. What did you do to my baby? Library staff have glanced over, given no fucks. He's messing with the let him play. I'm going to have you fired if you don't let him play. I don't even work here. Yes, you do. I call over the actual library staff. Shout out to Cartman. Help me overcome my fear of getting the cart to put the DVDs on. I have severe anxiety. Cartman deals with this wonderfully and kindly tells him to get the fuck out. Hey, thanks for watching to the end. If you want to leave a comment, go ahead. I always see them. I always enjoy engaging with them. You can subscribe if you want, if you choose to. No, there's no pressure to. Or you can click one of the other videos on the screen now. Or you may even have a favourite subreddit that you'd like covered.